First, I supposed to introduce myself before giving a picture about the business profile and all these things. Let me introduce myself. I am Himanshu Shekhar Mishra. In fact, in my career, that career part, I supposed to say, कि I have done MCOM from Delhi School of Economics and MBA from XIMB, and I have worked with Oxfam in the year 1983 to 85. Then I joined in OBCC, Odisha Bridge Construction Corporation, one government of Odisha undertaking for 10 years. That is from 85 to 95. In fact, during my service career in OBCC, I learned something about the construction. That is how to build the bridges. That time the technique of making the bridge, in fact, quite difficult in compared to the civil construction, other civil constructions. And in fact, fortunately or unfortunately, when my father died and my property, the property which we belong, was came to dispute between our brothers. Then after I decided कि let's give our piece of land, whatever the buildings, land and buildings of my father, to a builder, and let's start an apartment so that we can get better consideration. In compared to, we will sell it to outside the existing building, which is a old structure. Then we invited some people. In fact, that time, that is in the year 1999, 98, 99, there was no apartment culture in Puri. In fact, by that time, apartment culture being very progressively and very speedily moving in the Bhubaneswar, but it was not being entered to the market of Puri. In 1998-99, we started the first Shanti apartment, that is next to Lakshmi Cinema, which is the first apartment when the Puri Konark Development Authority was being formed from PKRI to PKDA. Before to that, Shanti apartment. That is in fact approved by the first project being approved by the PKDA, Puri Konark Development Authority. That is in the year 1999. And the apartment was constructed and completed in the year 2001 and habitable. That is the first apartment where my participation was as a landowner. And there are two concepts of making the apartment. One is the developer or the builder supposed to buy the land and make his own project, or through sharing. Suppose you possess one land, so, and you would like to have better reward of your better return of your own land, so you give it to a developer who will make apartment flats over that land and give you a share. Suppose if the constructed area is suppose 100 flats, then suppose you claim 30% share of the total land. Before transferring to other buyers, the 70 flats of the developer, he will first give you the 30 flats which the landowner belongs. Either the landowner keep all these 30 flats, or he can dispose it of through the developer and get the return. Like that, that is another mean of developing the real estate. So there are two things. One is by possessing a land, getting the title deed or documentation in your favor and making the project in your name, or through share, participation of the landowner. You will get the landowner will get the 30, 40, today 45 or 55, like that, seeing the position of the land. On that occasion, we had a sharing our land of 30%, and we three brothers were there. So whatever the return we got, that is 3 times what we had got had it been sold to as it is position to a buyer. That helped me to have an experience in the real estate level. That is in 2001. Subsequently, I found that in fact the other part of real estate, this is the brighter part of real estate. The other part of the real estate is, if you don't have adequate knowledge on the Land Reform Act or technique how to buy a land which is litigation free, then you will be in trouble. In fact, many lands since independence, suppose say since 1950 onwards, many lands being transferred in two ways, either through sell deed or through legal heir. Suppose say if your father possessed one land, then subsequently you have three legal heirs, then it will be shared between three brothers and sisters. Like that, subsequently it is being transferred. Wherever it is being transferred to legal heirs, it has also a lot of like transferring the property in your name and getting the record of right. Like that, so many problems are there. Other way around, whenever you buy a property and transfer the property through title deed, transfer of title deed, that is also because lot of fraudulent act, lot of manipulation and all these things. So subsequently, buying up a land for a builder or for a developer in the real estate is the real challenge. If you if you are depending upon the other third party or any legal advisor or any legal expertise, then definitely without your knowledge, then definitely you will be in trouble. So every developer or every builder or every person of the real estate who is the entrepreneur in the real estate business must be having some preliminary knowledge about the buying of land, status of land. Suppose what is the status of land, whether it is Gharabadi, whether it is Sarada, whether it is agriculture, whether it is that is Jalasaya or say water bodies. So like that, that is what is the status of land. Whether the property flow of title being transferred properly, the way it is being transferred from one hand to another hand. That is, so every developer must have sufficient knowledge about the status of the land, one, and about the ODA, Odisha Development Act. Suppose if you are making an apartment, you must know what is the rule of the land. You must know what is the Odisha Development Act. If I am making an apartment in Bhubaneswar, I must be aware of what is the rule of the BDA, what are the criteria, what is the FAR, floor area ratio. Suppose how much, suppose I got a 1 acre of land. So how much floor I supposed to get, how much area I supposed to get, sellable area I supposed to get. That is called FAR, floor area ratio. So what is the conditions required, preconditions required for the approval. So these two basic things very much required for every developer to know before entering into this business.
So apart from entering into, before suppose you are about to purchase the land, you are going to enter in a project. But apart from these legal issues, what are the basic things that you look into?
Two things. First of all, funds. If you don't have the fund, you don't have the capital, you cannot buy the land. Under that circumstances, if you have the technique or you have the skill, then you can motivate one landowner. You give your land, I will promote the land, I will make the building, and I will give you 30% of the share. Under that circumstances, the transfer of property not being made. Only the landowner give you a specific power of patronage. Suppose because I have not got my land, the cost of the land. Na? Suppose you possess one land. I don't have money, so I cannot buy your land. Your land is very costly and strategically located. So I will motivate you, sir. You give your land, I will give you 30% of share or better return in compared to the other developers. So you will be motivated. You will give the land for development purpose, but not give the right to transfer the property. First, you will develop the property. Suppose you got the land by way of power of attorney. That is called specific power of attorney. Under that power of attorney, the landowner will say, "You have got. I am giving you the right to develop the land, not to sell the land. When you will sell, when I will get my 30% or 40% of the committed portion, demarcated portion, then after we will get the right to sell your constructed portion. Say if my share is 30%, then you can sell your 70%. But first you are supposed to transfer the 30% of my share, constructed share to me. So there you may ask where to get the fund. Now after getting that rights from a landowner, you can motivate and you will get the right to sell the property, sell the flat. So it's a conceptually. You can motivate the potential buyers to have bookings, to have some bookings. So we will collect the bookings, then we will go on for construction. And in the that sorry, in that construction agreement, there are different phases of flow of money. Like in the foundation will be 30%, in the booking we will give 10%, in the foundation will be 30%, then 30% we will give in the wood casting, then another 20% we will give in the brick work and finishing, and balancing the finishing and handover. So by the time you hand over, the person, the potential buyers or the buyers who have paid the money, on that money we will develop your customers portion and with your landowner portions. Because suppose say the buyer paid some money, so that money includes the construction as well as the land. So land portion is demarcated there. So on that land portion money we will construct the landowner's share, and like that you can make the business.
So how you select the material? It depends upon the quality or the range of cost that you
Coming to
use.
select the material, suppose what quality of flats you have been promised to give to your clients. Suppose if it is economical class, first of all, there must not be any compromise in the core structure. Suppose I am talking of foundation. Before foundation, you must go for a soil testing. What foundation is required for this soil? There are three types of foundation. One is pile foundation, another is rat foundation, another is well foundation. Suppose if the soil condition is very muddy and very what you say like water bodies, under that circumstances the most recommended foundation is piling foundation. So if it is piling first, that is the foundation part. Then the core structure, the beam, the cap, the column and all these things. There is in fact whether it is economical class of flat or it is costly flat, there is no compromise in the core structure. So it is the foundation always depend upon what is the height of the building. So under that circumstances, absolutely you have the option of both branded steel as well as the local market steel. But if you have every cement, suppose say those who are having ISO 9002 certificate or branded cement like Konark in Odisha, Konark cement or Techno or your Ultratech or Mahashakti, what are these branded cements? They are regarding cement, these quality unquestionable, cannot be questioned. And regarding steel, suppose a Tata Steel or Vizag Steel or Shell Steel compared to local market steel like Prindic Steel, Scan Steel. In fact, the toss steel means there is a thread rounding over the rod. When the toss concept being introduced, and basically we see the strength. In fact, the strength of the steel being compared when it will be bent. If it is broken, then the quality of the steel is very substandard. And the flexibility of the steel depends upon the quality of the steel. And definitely Shell or Vizag or Tata Steel are definitely better. But we use better quality of local market steel. And regarding the chips, in Odisha we have got very good quality of chips and sand because we have enough river bed. And quality of sand, there is no question at all. Compared to people see the other parts like Delhi or metro cities, in compared to that, Odisha has got very good sand and we have got very good chips.
Thank you,
So
sir.
that is the core structure, that's the main structure. Regarding brick, in fact there are two brick, one is fly ash brick, another is clean brick. But fly ash brick is a environmental friendly because whatever the thermal stations they are releasing huge ash, and on that ash now it is they are selling it free. I mean they are transferring the whole ash free of cost and collecting that ash, whatever the ingredient available to make the cements, the same ingredient we mix it with the ash and make the fly ash brick. Fly ash brick definitely very good and definitely much better. But one thing is fly ash brick is very heavy in weight, and whereas clean brick is very less
Okay.
heavy and definitely it and another is clean brick that is keep the room very cool, whereas fly ash brick receive the temperature high and hold it for a long. Suppose in the day, midday, if the temperature is very high, then it receives immediately and hold it for a long. So that releasing of heat takes quite a long time. But today when you are using air conditioner, definitely fly ash brick having the advantage over the clean brick. And now it has become mandatory to use fly ash brick. Clean brick day by day wiping out because of that environmental hazard. Because generating lot of heat and using lot of charcoal and coal, that fuel, and third is labor, child labor, engagement of child labor to make the bricks frame, because here is that is a manual process, here is mechanized process. Fly ash brick, the entire mold is mechanized process, whereas in the clean brick it is manual process. And fourth is using the soil of river sand, causing a lot of flood problem. That's why. So that is the materials, major materials used for construction. Then after it depends if it is economical class, what type of flooring tile you are using. Flooring tile, vitrified, marble and mosaic. But today mostly used by marble and vitrified. Vitrified, the quality of vitrified that varies from 40 rupees per piece, 40 rupees per square foot to any, 4,000, 5,000 like that. It depends what type of vitrified you are using in your in the floor of the flat. So it depends whether if you are making economic class of flat, definitely it is the other like finishing materials like floor tile, then your windows like aluminium and wood windows. Today in the big constructions, the using of wood log are not allowed. So definitely even the chowkat or say door frame, that is also used concrete door frames, and windows are in aluminium and glass, tinted glass, and your floor tile, then bathroom tile, bathroom wall tile, kitchen tile, then your electrical gadgets like your switches and
Wires.
cable. These are depend. What is your budget? What budget you have paid for finishing the flat or the duplex that is being promised to your client? It depends.
Sir, how you differentiate your labor quality with respect to other real estate companies?
In fact, look, I am telling you, labor quality, basically the main two labor force at present operating in Odisha, in the real estate, the developers market, that is one from, Jharkhand and Bihar, the other one from Bangladesh, Bengalis. They are the two major forces. They come in group. So they have got a team leader and they work in a group. And apart from that, there is a Odisha-based labor force. Odisha-based labor force, their quality of work will compare the other workforce like Bangladesh workforce.
No, you
Those are migrated by-
mostly believe in manual or mechanized construction.
In fact, mechanized, it depends if it is a very mega project. Unless until it is a mega project, it is always manual. Only lifting of suppose a brick. Suppose it is a 4-storied or 5-storied building. Lifting a brick up to 5-storied is manual. If it is above to that, because every floor is 10 feet height. So suppose a 5 feet means 50 feet height. Up to that one manual process brick can be lifted up to 5th floor. But above to that it's not possible. One person carry the bricks over his head, over his or her head, and bring the things. Suppose if it is depends on height of the building. If the today in Bhubaneswar permissible height is 24 stories today, and another apartment which is in the process 42 stories. Under the circumstances manual, there is no question of manual. Starting from ready mix to lifting of brick to lifting of steel to using a mortar, everything mechanized. But up to 5th floor, if you use mechanized process, then it's not economical.
Okay, sir. If we ask what is the best construction that you have ever done till now?
In fact, we started with a project like 40 flats, 30 flats in Bhubaneswar and Puri. But subsequently we landed up with a project, say Tulasi Vihar, where at present we are making around 300-400 flats. Basically, before making a flat, you must have made sufficient input in the infrastructure. Like what do you mean by infrastructure? Sufficient road, then sewage treatment plants, garbage treatment plants, some park, like water bodies, then gym, then indoor game or indoor auditorium,
Playing parks.
and some indoor shopping provisions. These are the called infrastructure. Suppose what is the advantage of group housing? The advantage of group housing is security. You have the your family is secured, and always there is a good neighborhood, and a particular class of society people live in one place. That is the biggest advantage. And if we provide good infrastructure, then definitely one project, like sizable project, having 200-250 flats, that's the very necessities, providing the infrastructure. And for the first time in our project, we have made a good park. We are making flats for 300 people, and the height is 60 feet, steel plus 5 storage. We have made a water bodies. We have made 2 park, one for elderly person, another for children park. We have made enough provision for sewage treatment plants. We have made enough provision for garbage treatment, and our area is not being served by the municipality, so we have to take care of all these things. And we have made provision for electricity, and we have made provision for generators. Like that, and also we have got a plan like a gym and all these things on payment. The service will be provided whoever is supposed to stay in the flats. So like that is one of my dream projects. What are the project at present? Already we have handed over 80 flats, and we have got a big hope that we'll have expansion program of another 300 flats, and hopefully in a land of 12 acres we'll have around 600 studio and 1 BHK flat. That's my dream project. That is in Puri, close to the new beach, Samuka beach, and just 4.5 kilometers from Grand Road.
Thank you very much, sir.